I'm officially declaring a national emergency.
COVID-19.
Coronavirus.
COVID-19.
To close its classrooms.
They're canceling classes or they're going to online learning.
COVID-19.
COVID.
This March 15, 2020, a warning for quarantine was issued throughout America, warning many individuals. Schools, businesses, and stores shut down. Sports and school events were canceled, and many students were left without graduation ceremonies. A quarantine was put into place to limit the amount of infections via closing down non-essential businesses, schools going online only, and heavily limiting national and international travel. There are both positives and negatives to online learning which affect people to varying degrees. One big effect was online learning and teaching. The dramatic change from school in person to online school was difficult for many and worried many more. Learning at online school for many is very motivating, and being in an isolated environment exacerbates this. Being demotivated with a combination of isolation can have a devastating impact on students. With remote learning moving into long-term, experts say the mental, emotional, and academic impacts of that shift are likely to be challenging.
The daily life of these students and teachers was changed in many ways.
I've gotten a lot lazier, and I'm not as social as I am with my friends anymore.
For me, I can't concentrate that well, and for me to focus on class, I have to see other people focusing. So like, if I see something bypass me, I concentrate on that instead of school.
Hard to differentiate being at work and teaching at school.
It has forced me to become more technical savvy.
I'm working a heck of a lot more. I think I work 12-hour days.
I do think I'm probably like a little lazier now, like more used to not getting up and like getting ready.
I would say is I'm getting more sleep than I've ever gotten as a teacher. I'm able to wake up a little bit later.
Online school is a controversial topic of having a place in the near future.
You know what? I think it's good, especially when you need to show somebody, like if we had a sub or something like that, to teach online would be great.
I don't think they're good for their future generations because, I feel like people need to see others to feel like sane. And like some people have issues in their family.
I think online learning is a good tool if it's used as just as a tool.
I don't think so. It's not really helping me learn things. I'm just trying to pass my classes, but I'm still failing because it feels overwhelming.
I think for some students it is a good tool. Like I said, like for students that might have like social anxiety or stuff, like going to class, it might be like a good option to like do their work at home. But I also know it doesn't work out for some students, like they just can't learn in a home environment.
I think online school is good in moderation, but nothing beats in-person education, especially for high school and younger.
I don't think that online school should go away. A lot of students are very successful in online school, but I wish that was like an option.
As we progress more into online learning, new issues begin to arise.
I find that it's a lot harder in the essence that you don't get feedback right away.
Well, the main one is I don't get to see you guys. I don't get to talk to you guys. I don't have access to them. I don't have their cell phone number, so I can't just call them up.
That I don't get the same experience in person.
I think trying to keep kids engaged is the hardest part about online learning. I think we can't see every student. Not every student turns their camera on. Not every student is comfortable doing that.
Some students falling behind and not really wanting to participate.
I have a really difficult time paying attention, and I'm very social, so it's hard to pay attention when there's nothing to do.
I think they're assigning a lot more work, and I feel like they're not as understanding that some kids might not feel as motivated to do work at home, so that's an issue that I have.
I'm an extroverted person. I like people. I like to be in front of people. I miss the human contact.
The option of liking this new way of learning difference between people.
I do not like this new way of school, and I guess the main reason is I enjoy teaching, and I enjoy teaching online, but it's challenging when it takes up so much of my house.
No.
I like online learning for the students that it works for. I think it could be a useful way for a certain type of student to learn, maybe someone with some kind of social anxiety.
In a way, like I do, because it's like easier to go to class and do work, but at the same time, not really, because it's like a little more difficult, and for some people it's hard to get up and stay motivated to go to class.
I like that I can sit here in my pajamas and you don't know it. But if I had my choice, I would rather be at school.
I really don't. It bothers me.
I like having students in my classroom. That's one of the major reasons I'm a teacher, is to be able to have that interaction. I like being able to help immediately. So if there's a student who needs help, I can see it right away. They can raise their hand, or I can go near and help them a lot quicker. It's very hard or difficult to do that because I can't necessarily leave the whole class to go to an individual breakout room with one person, and then there's like 32 students sitting in the class. It doesn't quite work in the visual room.
Yes and no. When it rains, when it's windy out there and it's cold, yes, I love it. Like I said, I miss it. I miss the old way. I think there are perks to this, but I think not enough to do all online forever.
The question of this being a healthy way of learning lies heavily on the person.
For some, yeah, everybody's different. And what I've noticed about online school is the kids that were doing it while they were face-to-face are doing just as well or better now. And the kids who weren't doing it are doing the same as when they weren't doing it or worse.
It's healthier than not talking to anybody else, yes.
It's not healthy at all because you're just sitting in the screen and your eyesight's going like bad at the same time.
Online school is healthy for some students, like the ones who are thriving and are more comfortable and have a safe environment at home.
Is online school healthy? No. I feel like my eyesight has gotten worse and I've lost my glasses.
I think it takes a certain student to be successful. It takes a student who is able to be proactive and doesn't need to be walked through all the steps.
I think for students that can actually motivate themselves and work in a home environment, I think it is beneficial, and for teachers who might know how to navigate the computer and stuff like that, they can like it. So I feel like it depends on the person.
For some, yes, but for the majority, no. Based off of what's being produced or sent out on in the news, or what I've been reading in education articles, there's a lot of mental health issues that are going on.
Students are adapting to this new method of learning. Society will most likely be affected in strange ways, for the better or for the worse.
Once again, I think it's a split question. So I think like worsening in the sense that we're losing our interaction component and being able to speak directly to people and ask questions and just have that natural dialogue. But in the sense of technology, I think that you're going to have a better grouping of people who are able to meet virtually, so you can connect with people in different countries.
It depends on the person. Like if you're like antisocial, you don't like people looking at you, or you don't like being around people, then it's good for you. But if you're like a person like me that likes seeing other people work and being around others, then it's kind of frustrating, and it gets you like stressed out because you can't even pay attention to your surroundings.
Do you feel like online school holds a better community or society?
Yeah, I don't think better or worse are the right words to use there. I would say definitely different, and I would say that this is a good alternative to face-to-face, but face-to-face is better for everybody.
I think it can build a better society, because there are those people that are very introverted and they don't like to be out and about.
We're not having any social skills, and it's a lot, not that we're not even in class, it's a lot harder to be social with other people, and some some of us don't have like a good environment for online classes, so it might worsen that.
I think online school will show shortcomings in society. I think some people will fall behind, and others will benefit.
Overall, the idea of school online is strange, mostly due to the fact that it's something quite new in our society. It's all thanks to the technology that we are able to wield today that makes distant learning a whole lot more simple, a whole lot more safe for both students and teachers.